This is a video from eSkills Zone. For more videos, notes, and certificates, please visit www.eskillszone.com.
Hello and welcome. Hi viewers. Today in this video we'll discuss topic algorithm in problem solving process. So we will first discuss the definition that an algorithm is a finite set of steps which, if followed, accomplish a particular task. It provides the sequence of steps which are taken for solving the problem. The simplest form of algorithm is step form algorithm. It consists of a sequence of numbered steps. An algorithm must be clear, finite, and effective. So the very first thing which we learn in problem solving process is the algorithm, and it is derived from an Muslim scientist named Al-Khwarizmi. So the name is derived from his name, Al-Khwarizmi, and then finally it is known as algorithm, and it's very basic and the foremost steps. It's basically a group of finite steps to solve a given problem. So we will also discuss the characteristics of an algorithm, so we're gonna discuss them as well. Characteristics of an algorithm, which is very important to note. So we'll discuss them in order to qualify as an algorithm. A sequence of instructions must possess the following characteristics. So what they are, let's see. Number one, each and every instruction should be precise and clear. Number two, each instruction should be performed in a finite time. Number third, instructions should not be repeated infinitely. Number four, desired result should be obtained after the algorithm terminates. So these are the four characteristics which should be noted in order to understand the algorithm should be followed accordingly. Now we're gonna discuss the strategy for developing an algorithm. So what are the strategy? It's a detailed topic. Strategy for developing algorithm. So let's see. Algorithm development involves the following steps to carry out. We can proceed to correct solution of a particular problem by adopting the following strategy. Number one is the investigation. So we are now discussing the strategies for the development of an algorithm. Number one is called you can call step one investigation. Now we'll discuss this one. So in this there are some certain steps that are involved, so we will give some bullets numberings like this. Number one is the identify the processes. Number second is identify the major decisions to be taken. Number third is the identify the repetitions. You can call them loops in technical terms. Last one is the identify the variables. The second step is step 2, which is known as preliminary algorithm. It also consists of certain steps, so we'll discuss them. The first step is devise a high-level algorithm. Second step is step through the algorithm. Does this walkthrough reveal any major problems? If it does, then correct the problems. Next step is in the last step we're gonna discuss the refining the algorithm. Third and last steps refining the algorithm. First step is incorporate any refinements indicated in step 2. Group together processes where appropriate. Group together variables. You can call them grouping together variables is called array in, which like the one I discussed over here is loops, the repetitions, and the grouping together variable is called array in programming language. So I'm using the technical terms as well. Where needed, where appropriate. Test the algorithm again by stepping through to it. Let us consider the following example. To understand the way of approaching a solution to a problem. Now we'll discuss an algorithm and we will see that how it is really done. So there will be a problem is you have to bake a cake in your house. That's a problem in daily life routine, so I'm gonna discuss it and we'll see how we can write an algorithm for that. So this type of algorithm I'm gonna use for it is called step form algorithm, and this is, you can also type like the algorithm for baking cake is as follows. So since we have read the definition that is the finite number of steps, so first we will write the first step, step number 1. Step 1, the first step is heat oven up to 325 Fahrenheit. Next step is step 2. Gather the ingredients and then the ingredients involve, like, I'm gonna just type them in the bracket: flour, butter, sugar, milk, and eggs. Next step number 3, step is mix ingredients thoroughly in a bowl. Next step number 4, step is pour the mixture into a baking pan. So pouring a mixture into a baking pan is step number 4. Step number 5 is bake in the oven for 50 minutes. And then step number 6. So you can see that we are writing the algorithm step by step. So this is the first step is the very basic step, and after that we are moving forward to eventually solve a problem. Basically a baking cake is a problem and we are writing an algorithm for it. Likewise, for solving a problem like we write algorithm, and then we design a flowchart, and then we write a pseudocode, and eventually in the end we write a computer program which is actually written in a high level language. That can be any high level language. It depends which type of high level language you're gonna adapt. So there are multiple high level languages as we discussed before. So this is the very basic thing to understand and to solve a problem. The algorithm is how we write algorithm. Like the first very step is the heat oven up to 325 Fahrenheit. This is very basic step. Now stepwise we gradually increase our steps and going forward to solve the problem. So step 6 is repeat. Repeat means that we are repeating what we are repeating. We are repeating bake 5 minutes more. This is the repetition process, which is called loop programming, until cake top springs back when touched in the center. So this is the repetition process. We need to bake it again for 5 minutes in order to get the required results. Baking a cake. Step 7, this is the last step. Cool on a rack before cutting. So this is normally you do it. If you don't cut, then we can't have the pieces, and to have all the required number of pieces, cutting is required. So this is called the step from algorithm for baking a cake, and we have discussed this in today, how to solve problem, like how can we write an algorithm. Actually these are the instructions which are given to solve a problem, so we can call them an algorithm as a whole. It's a whole algorithm. It consists of a number of steps. There are 7 steps we discussed one after another till we reach it, and finally we achieve how to bake a cake in your house. So that's all, viewers. We have discussed this characteristics of an algorithm, strategy for developing algorithm, and the steps involved, like investigation, preliminary algorithm, refining the algorithm, and in the end problem solving. And we solve the problem for baking a cake in our house. So that's all, and thanks for watching my video.